Hey, this is Joe Castiglione, and you're listening to Not Another Sox Podcast. Can you believe it?
Buenos noches, amigos, and welcome to an emergency episode of Not Another Sox Podcast. I am Jack Webster here with our producer, Ian Doran, coming at you live from not Providence, but all different types of places right now. Had to hop on vacation right here. Jesus Christ.
I literally parked my car in the driveway like an hour ago. Great. Glad this was bound to happen. Like the second we were texting, we were like, emergency pod. It's like, I don't know if pieces are in place. Fuck it. Get the pieces in place. We're going. So
I know.
Why are we here, Jack?
I can't believe it. Yeah. Because Bobby Dahlbeck signed in Japan.
Yeah.
And like I know we have our Bobby Dahlbeck emergency updates here. He is going to join Brian Mata for the Yomiuri Giants, and we're happy for him, but we're sad to not see him back in the States still.
Bobby Dahlbeck. Red Sox have officially acquired our first baseman from the Cardinals, Willson Contreras, who will be on the Red Sox for the coming year. And then he has another year after that. Is that a guaranteed year or is that an option year?
I believe so. I believe it is guaranteed. So obviously, yeah, burying the lead. Willson Contreras coming over for our dear good friend Hunter Dobbins.
I know.
But we'll get to that part soon. We'll get to that. Headache in a minute, because at first I was like, oh, Willson Contreras, like, love that move, figured we would be giving up pitching since the Cardinals are looking for it, we have a ton of it, and I just got a feeling in my gut. I was just I know who this is gonna be. I know who this is gonna be, and Willson Contreras, let's talk about him first before we talk about the return and everything. This is exactly what the Red Sox are looking for. So this is a guy.
I'm going to share my screen here too.
Oh yeah,
so that we have his stats in front of us. But
I know it's a rare episode we're not together, but yeah, this is a guy that is going to rake at Fenway. Great right-handed power bat. Not going to hit like 30 plus home runs even. He's going to hit 20 hopefully for us. And I think the main thing is we finally have a good defensive first baseman as well. So love seeing that. He was well above average there. Going to be a great mentor for a lot of the kids on the team, especially him being Venezuelan, being able to mentor Carlos Narvaez in particular from the catching side, and Wilyer Abreu, and just having the country mate side of it all. So this is an A+ move in terms of what we were looking for. Obviously, all the details are still coming out in terms of how much the Cardinals are sending back. Apparently, it's a very healthy amount of that contract, too, which we love. We'll get into the, players that we had to give up, including one of our dear friends here. But this adds just a lot of stability in the offseason here. We know who's going to be playing first base for us for not only this year, but the following season. And it's somebody that's going to really help out this team a lot.
Absolutely. And
you invited Redbird's farmhand.
Yeah, I shot a message over to our friends at Redbird Farmhands. Tyler joining us.
Tyler.
As
what's up?
Voice of reason.
One day we'll schedule to have you on instead of just these random appearances. But thank you so much for joining us last minute here. Welcome back.
I'm glad to be back, guys. I'm actually in like an official place where I'm sat down, not in a hotel room today, so got my mic, so better setup this time than last time. But
yeah,
we keep trading,
and now we're not,
guys.
And now we're on the road, so like we're just trading places here.
What a twist! Little flip flop. We were just talking about how, as Red Sox fans, we are super excited to get Willson Contreras because first base could use more production at Fenway for the Red Sox in general, and we all like Casas, but last few years, we have seen unfortunate injuries out of him that left a hole at first base. got real lucky with some of the backups there too. Dom Smith he produced well. Abraham Toro even produced well for a period of time. Romy Gonzalez produced well, right? But Willson Contreras has been fantastic kind of across the board. He's been a strong defensive first baseman as well as above average offensively. So we are really excited to get him. Are you broken up that you cannot have him?
Yes. I mean, this guy brings everything you want to a baseball team, right? Like, he brings passion. He's really a good clubhouse guy from what most people say. Obviously, he's a great player. I mean, you guys are looking up the stats right now. I mean, the guy's he's been incredible with the bat. I think he's like a top 10 right-handed hitter in the game for like the last 3 years in terms of WRC plus or OPS plus. I can't exactly remember, but he's been like top 10, top 15 in the whole league at that point. But yeah, you guys should be really excited to get him. He obviously took the transition to first base from catcher really well. I mean, he seems to be a very good defensive first baseman. So you guys should be more than ecstatic to get this guy.
We are.
That's always great to hear.
OPS plus here too, right? Like, leading back to his All-Star year 2022, he had a 126 OPS plus, and then in 23 he had a 123. Last year a 138, and in 2025 he had a 123 OPS plus. So very consistently above average with the offensive stats, which is great. Mm-hmm. On base percentage 344, very healthy. I mean, the year before at 380, even healthier, even at 84 games. So a lot of things I really like about this guy, looking at him offensively. Jack, how do you feel?
Oh, I think I may have cut out here a little bit, or everybody else did, so that's fun.
I can still hear you, Jack.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Well, I guess it's just Ian then. Cool. So I feel really good about this trade. This was a guy that I had circled in red over my trade targets. I was just like, this is better than any free agent first baseman that's going to be out there. Anybody else, like a Eugenio Suarez or someone along those lines, you're going to have to move him over to first base and have him learn it. But he's already learned it. He was well above average there, if not like one of the elite defensive first baseman at that position last season. And the Red Sox have not had that since Mitch Moreland. So, like, that really just goes to show, like, you know, the type of player that we're going to be adding here. Obviously had to give a good amount back up for him, but this is a guy that's going to fit right in that lineup, fit right in that clubhouse, and very excited to see him.
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry, that was
I was worried. Yeah.
Almost exploded. What did I miss? You guys talked about while I was gone.
Yeah, I was just saying how much I like essentially had Willson Contreras like circled on like my wish list. I think we literally talked about it when we had the Sonny Gray trade on. I was like, yeah, we're probably gonna like have to invite you back on at some point during this offseason since like Chaim Bloom and Craig Breslow are just like best friends. Like, they can't stop dealing with each other. And like, I know when Bloom was in Boston, like, the narrative around him was he was very difficult to work with and, you know, had to win every trade. And Craig Breslow is very much the same way. So, like, for them to work together so well is just hilarious to me at the end of the day. That, like, it doesn't seem like something where, like, you know, the 2+ batteries, like, they should, like, go against each other. But instead, like, they actually somehow are able to make it work, and both sides getting what they need. Obviously, Cardinals acquiring all of our pitching now, it seems like, and we're actually getting, like, you know, a lot of like major league upgrades here.
Yeah.
I'm heartbroken. I mean, Willson Contreras was my 1A, right? Like, I liked Pete Alonso for the power, but the defense was ass, and the price
Pete Alonso
that was
would be
paid,
a DH. Yeah,
he would be, and then the backup first base for when your first base is hurt. But he cost a lot of money to only fill the DH spot. If we're looking for a first baseman, Willson Contreras was always personally my first choice. I am heartbroken that we gave up Hunter Dobbins to get him, because we just had a great episode with Hunter Dobbins, came on the pod.
Oh my God. Yeah. Okay. We got to talk about this.
Please tell me more. Tell me more.
I yelled. I was in my girlfriend's dad's garage watching some hockey up here in Montreal. And like, I got some whispers, like something might be going down. I was starting to get excited. And then you hear it's Willson Contreras, and my immediate first thought was like, I know Cardinals need pitching. I know Bloom drafted Hunter Dobbins very famously, as we talked about him with last week. I was like, please no, please be somebody else. Like obviously, hopefully not like Connolly Early or Peyton Tolley, but like I had a feeling, like I was saying at the beginning of this episode, I had a feeling in my gut it was going to be him. And it's so unfortunate because he talked like 3 separate times on our podcast this last week, like, hope I don't get traded, love Boston, want to see myself succeed here and win a championship. And then like Craig Breslow must have listened and was like, fuck you, and decided just to, blow up her shit. So we must have the last Hunter Dobbins Red Sox interview. I can't imagine he did anything within the last like 2 days since dropping it.
I feel very confidently that we definitely do have the last Hunter Dobbins Red Sox interview. We'll have to like check back in with him at some point for 15 minutes and be like, hey,
I know. I'm going to send him a message.
I miss us.
I'm letting the dust settle for him first. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. I mean, he probably just got the phone call 15 minutes ago, right?
Yeah.
It really heartbroken to give up Hunter Dobbins. I'm still going through the list of other prospects that were offered to get Contreras, but Tyler, getting Hunter Dobbins, obviously we would have loved to keep him. Are you excited to have not just Hunter Dobbins, but it sounds like he's coming with a small army of other prospects with him?
Yeah. So Hunter Dobbins, obviously the centerpiece of this trade, right? And the Cardinals were looking for one more starting pitcher, and they found him. I'm pretty sure Hunter Dobbins pitched, 13 games last year for the Red Sox, so 61 innings. Not really a strikeout guy, it seems, based on the minor league and major league stats, but a guy who's going to control the ball, get his ground balls, and I'm very excited. I think, we got Richard Fitz, so he'll have some familiarity, over there. So I'm excited to see what they can do, and the Cardinals are obviously getting as much starting pitching as they need. Is obviously they lost Sonny Gray, Miles Michaelis left, so we continue to amass our starting pitching depth.
Yeah, including Yorker, Fajardo, and Blake Aida. Am I saying that right, Webb? You would probably know better than I would.
I didn't know who Blake was, truth be told. But yeah, Yorker, he was famous from coming over in the Cam Boozer trade from Chicago last year, kind of being just like a lottery ticket. And he really blossomed this last year under Bloom, haha. Or now going to be under Bloom, haha. So this is a guy where like the raw stuff is great. Projects to be, a maybe not like a starter. I guess we'll see. But like this is a guy where, is not going to be up next year or maybe even the year after that. But like this is a strong starting pitcher, and it's the type of guy that I'm sure the Cardinals are looking for to kind of rebuild that foundation with everything. So made all the sense in the world. Sad to see him go too, along with our good friend Hunter Dobbins, and I'm sure that other guy that we included,
Yorker, Fajardo, Blake Aida, Hunter Dobbins. It looks like it's the three.
It is. So, and the Cardinals are also sending a little money back too, so there is that. Yep. So I'm sure that upped the prospects in the trade with the Cardinals eating some, kind of like the Sonny Gray trade.
Yeah, probably. So wait, Tyler, I know you're about to give us some really good stuff here. My question for you leading into that stuff is, are other teams and other fans around the league aware that the Red Sox are kind of hyper developing the pitching in the way that they are? Or like maybe Bloom in general might know that? Or do you think that Bloom and Breslow on the 8th night of Hanukkah are just really good friends, really wanted to celebrate together with this?
I don't know how to answer that question. I don't know how to answer that question, but I will say I'm shocked how similar the two trades were in terms of structure. I mean, both trades include one major league starter and then a high-end minor league guy who seems to have a lot of potential. Brandon Clark in the first trade. I think he obviously has a little bit more potential than Fajardo, but you look at Fajardo and you look at what he brings with his whole arsenal, and I think there's a pretty clear upside there. So I was just shocked at how similar, structure-wise these two trades were.
Yeah, they look almost the same, but getting pitching from the Red Sox in exchange for the bat at first base that was Contreras. Are you excited about the pitching coming over? Hunter Dobbins, of course, but Yorker, Fajardo, and Blake Aida now that they've spent time in the Red Sox system?
I think Fajardo is probably being a prospect guy, Fajardo's going to be the guy I'm watching most closely. And, I'm most excited about Aida. I don't really know much about it. Looks like he pitched mainly as a starter, kind of not much of a strikeout guy, 99 strikeouts in 115 innings. We'll see what he develops into. Obviously, they saw something in him to take this risk on him. So I don't know much about Aida, but Fajardo, I mean, I hope he gets to start, and I hope he stays healthy, and we'll see what happens there.
Jack, do you think it was because I made the Jeopardy game too hard that Hunter Dobbins wanted to leave?
Yeah, I think after that he was done with Red Sox Nation. Well, it's not his choice, kind of like, he was talking about.
Right.
So it was very sad. We talked about it on the episode. I am so glad that this trade happened today and not Wednesday.
A week ago. Right.
Like a week ago. Or else, I'm sure he still would have done it. Very nice dude. You should have him on your podcast. Yeah. I'm sure he'd be more than happy to come on and,
put in a good word for me.
Yeah, trust me, we will.
We will. Yeah. Have us on that one too.
Yeah. Hey, Hunter, long time no see. Yeah, remember the little people. But this really is the best thing for him. He even joked about it, that he was going to be on the Sox prospects, minor league rotation, and, that's was going to be, as good as almost any other major league rotation. But as long as he's healthy and, rehabbing and doing everything that he needs to, should be fine. It's not an arm injury. It was a random knee ACL type of thing, so he should be back and be able to pitch at the major league level, which would have been a little bit harder for him in Boston, just given a lot of the pitching depth that we have accumulated over the last few seasons here. So for him, I'm sure it's the best thing possible. Going to another, great fan base, best fans of baseball. You guys are really gonna love him. I know that for a fact. He's gonna, really connect with a lot of the fans out there, especially with a lot of the content he puts out and interacting with people. And I'm sure, Yankees fans are devastated that they don't get to boo Hunter Dobbins anymore. So that's also a fun little part of it.
Yeah, Yankees fans probably love touching grass. I would also say, based on our conversation with him, that he's really committed to rehab and rehabbing successfully so that he can pitch well. And he's been retooling a few things too. He had mentioned, I agree with Jack. I think you guys are going to fucking love Hunter Dobbins, and you get him for another, 4 years, 5 years. So he's going to be a really, really strong piece.
I have a question. In his rehab, how far did he tell you how far along he was in that rehab? I haven't listened to that episode yet. So, how far along?
He said December 31st is the next step of him getting back onto an actual mound if everything is greenlit. So I would imagine that's going to put him probably in line to be ready for spring training, or maybe miss the first week or two. So I think he should, obviously wishing him all the health in the world throughout the rest of his career here. But I think he should, if everything goes to plan, be ready to go and, have a full workload.
That's good. Like you said, it wasn't an arm injury. It was obviously that Achilles or ACL or whatever that was. So hopefully he comes back strong and healthy. It sounds like he's obviously committed to that. So excited to have him on. Excited to have these prospects. And I know you guys are really going to enjoy Willson Contreras. He's going to be great for you guys.
Yeah, trust me. We are ecstatic to have, knock on wood, an everyday first baseman, barring any freak accident happening, which definitely won't happen. I'm not going to will that into the universe at all. Obviously, with Hunter Dobbins' injury, pitchers unfortunately hurt their ACLs every once in a while because you just come down on that leg so hard when you're throwing the pitch. But other than that, I've known Hunter to be pretty durable. We'll definitely send him a message and let him know that you guys were really jazzed to hear he was coming over. I can't speak for what you do after that, but I think if he is willing and able, that you guys would have a fantastic conversation.
Yeah. We'd love to have him on.
Well, just a bit of a quickie here, so I'll get us wound down.
I gotta get back. The Pats are almost on. That was they almost ruined my evening plans here. So
yeah, the Lions just took over the Steelers in the last 30 seconds of the game. That was great to watch. But speak now or forever hold your peace, gents. Anything else before we sign off?
Do you think there's any more trades in the work? Like, between Bloom and Craig?
Jojo Romero would be the only one that would come off the top of my head. That would be like, yeah, that might happen, but who knows?
I feel like if that was going to happen, they would have found a way to do it.
They would have done it right now.
They would have just like two birds, one stone, because that's gonna be a crazy return anyways. Like, it makes sense that like the Sonny Gray trade was a month plus ago, even at this point, and this trade was now. Because imagine if like those trades happened at the same time, that would have been very cool. But it does kind of make sense of the timeline for each of those.
So actually, finally, both of you rate this trade on a pitch count, on a hitter's pitch count. What would you give it?
For us, I'm gonna go 2-1 count. So you're in the driver's seat. You're looking for your pitch to drive out of here. You had to give up a good amount of it here, so that's not a 3-1 or 3-0 count. Obviously, we only do have so much pitching depth that we are able to trade away, and it wasn't one of those high-end guys like earlier Tolley, but you feel really good about this.
I agree with that. Tyler, how do you feel on a pitch count?
I just love Willson Contreras, so it's going to have to be a little bit lower for me because I'm just enamored with everything he does on and off the field. I'm probably going to say 1-2, and that's just because I'm a little salty that Willson decided to leave, unfortunately.
And he had to trade his no trade clause as well. So same thing with Sonny Gray. This is a place where he wanted to be. It's not just like one of those like, well, shit. So like, it's good to see from our perspective at least. Yeah.
So 1-2. Give me a little bit of time, and maybe it's a 2-2 or something more even. But 1-2 just right off the rip. Yeah.
We're watching Hunter Dobbins for sure. Sorry to hear it's a 1-2 count as opposed to the 2-1 count, but we'll check in mid-season and see how you're feeling. As for now, gentlemen, thank you both so much for showing up.
Thank you.
No, I love you.
No.
Okay, I love you.
Okay,
Bye. No, I love you. Okay, I love you. Bye.